Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of y'all are doing well. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually build an offer pitch deck that you can actually present to your potential prospects at the end of your sales call. Now, the reason why we want to do this is because once we've actually got our client in an emotional state, we want to seal the deal by actually talking about the logistics and the logic behind this whole purchase and the decision for him to actually buy your program, all right? And the whole premise of this pitch deck is to make him realize that it's not just a great decision for him because it's going to get him out of a situation. It's a great decision because this is the best process and this is the best fit for him to actually get from his current state to his desired state. All right, so let's go ahead, jump right in and look at what we have in this offer pitch deck. Now, this is the final touches, right? This is what you will build after you've built out everything. And so once you have complete clarity on your program, you want to create a 2 to 3 page document of what exactly it includes. And you want to include the following categories in this specific order. All right. So you want to go over the deliverables, the coaching structure, the process, the bonus, and the guarantees. And you want to actually stack the hell out of this Google Doc. Okay. You want to make him realize, like, yo, this is insane. And then when you price drop, he's going to be like, okay, this is absolutely worth it. He whips out his credit card and he just pays you on the spot. That's the entire goal with this pitch deck, to make him realize that, okay, yeah, he's emotional, but this is also a great decision because it logically makes sense. And this is exactly what he's looking for, okay? When you put everything in one doc and you just give it all to him and you shove it in his face, you make him realize, like, holy crap, this is a lot of stuff. And when you say that the price is like 5, 10K or whatever, they're gonna be like, it's a no-brainer because there's so much in this program, there's so much value, and it just depends on how you stack it. And I'm gonna teach you how to stack it the right way. So the first thing you wanna do is actually write out all the deliverables and what a client would actually get if they join your program. So I'm gonna actually reference my own program and what my deliverables look like so you can see what it looks like for yourself. So my deliverables, it was a done-for-you system. So the entire sales CRM, Notion sales scripts, /channel automations, all that good stuff. The offer blueprint, we teach you how to build a complete irresistible high-ticket offer by giving you our offer blueprint and non-stop consulting. Teaching you how to go viral, ads, sales assets, training protocol, teaching you how to get a sales team up and running. So the entire thing, right? And I mentioned specifically what they get in here because you want to actually get them to realize that, you don't want to just be vague with the deliverables. You want to actually go into specifics on what they would get, okay? So this is very, very important, making sure that you actually talk about what exactly they would get and just stacking it. You want to have at least like 5 to 7 here. And yeah, this is probably the most important part. So the second part is actually the coaching structure and how you actually receive support in the program and what this entire process looks like going from the current state to the desired state. So going back to my program, I'll show you what my coaching structure looks like. I've obviously went above and beyond. You guys know me. Step-by-step videos, weekly group coaching, one-on-one, done-for-you services. I don't have to explain that. You should know that by now. You can kind of follow the same structure. I wouldn't recommend changing much because this is like the perfect coaching structure. I've researched over 100 different programs. This is the best coaching structure, all right, to have every single one of these. And then I actually went a step beyond and added these two, which is weekly action items. So we give you fresh action items every single week that you can focus on so you can focus on execution. So, this is just giving them an idea of how much clarity they'll have in the program. And you guys should know what this is by now. And so you guys could add this in your program if you'd like. And then one-on-one checking calls. You guys all get 60 days of weekly one-on-one checking calls to make sure you're on track to hit your goal. That's also how they receive coaching, and then access to my network of experts. So my creative director, my sales manager, my systems guy, everyone that has a proven track record is in here. All right. So yeah, it's just a lot of coaching. And the thing is, every person is different. So you need to customize your coaching program to fit introverts, to fit extroverts, to fit people that are in between. And so if someone doesn't like group coaching, they get one-on-one. They get weekly checking calls. They get weekly action items. If someone likes, talking to others, then they get group coaching. If someone likes learning the information by themselves, they get video modules. So you want to make it so that every single person is accounted for and, they can actually make the best use of this program, all right? So this is a coaching structure that you can follow. Now, the third one is the actual process. What are the different phases in your program and how they actually go from the current state to the desired state? That's what you need to go through. So this is my process. The phase 1 is onboarding stuff, join the community, and then we establish the foundation. We build your sales assets. We hire out your team. We do the content accelerator stuff, and then the consulting and support. So just breaking down the phases and then talking about specifically like what week you do each thing in. and just giving them a lot of clarity on how this looks like. Because if you have too much deliverables going on, they may be like, okay, how am I going to do this? And then you want to break it down in a more digestible manner in the process so that it makes sense for them, okay? So everything builds off the top of each other. Sometimes I actually show them the 90-day roadmap that I have here, just to show them how specific we go into. And yeah, it's just really, really cool stuff, all right? So that is the process. Now for the bonuses, this is one of the most underrated parts. I'm sure you guys have already watched the bonus and guarantee section, so you guys should know exactly what to add in here. I'm gonna run you guys through my personal bonuses. So we have exclusive systems, which is the plug and play landing pages, email sequences, nurturing processes, all that good stuff. World-class sales training, so access to over 40 plus in-depth video modules for setting and closing. Sales team marketplace, hire our trained appointment setters, VA marketplace, hire our trained VAs, content editors marketplace, use our in-house content team, and all that good stuff. So yeah, you just want to stack up the bonuses and make sure that this part is really, really stacked, because the more valuable your bonuses actually look, the more valuable your actual program will be, right? If someone would actually pay 5K for your bonus, then they'd probably pay 10K for your offer. That's the subconscious behind it. And this is in 100 million offers. You want to make your bonuses so good that people think that could be a program in itself. What I have right here, this could literally be a program. Like, people would literally pay $5,000 for a marketplace for VAs, sales teams, editors, and then world-class sales training and exclusive systems. People would literally pay more than 5K for this. And so your prospects will think, if this is just a bonus, then what's actually in the program? That shit must be super, super valuable. That's their subconscious thought, and you really just want to understand this concept so that you realize how important the bonuses are. Now, after the bonuses, we have your guarantees. This is where we actually write down your guarantee that shows your confidence in your program and is going to push people over the fence to buy your stuff. So some coaches actually do say that, guarantees aren't necessary. And yes, I agree to a certain extent. But if someone's on the fence and they don't know whether or not to invest, having that guarantee in place actually just assures the client that he is safe, that he's in good hands, because it shows the amount of confidence you have in your product. If you don't have a guarantee, it's just a lack of confidence. Unless you're the authority in the space, then you don't need one, right? Unless you're Iman or someone that's huge, that has a huge brand and authority, you don't need a guarantee. But chances are you're just a regular coach. You're nothing special right now, at least. And you need a guarantee in place to push people over the edge and show people that you are confident. So this is my guarantee. If you don't add an extra 20K to your revenue in our specific time frame, we will give you a full refund, saving you an extra $1,000, and continue working with you until you add an extra 20K if you attend coaching calls, watch video modules, etc. Now, this is an extreme, right? This is an extreme. I'm not telling you to give a full refund. It could be, if you don't achieve this result in 90 days, then I'll work with you for free until you do. That is a great guarantee, right? You don't need to go as far as me, where I'm giving you a full refund, extra $1,000, all that stuff. That just shows, when people hear that, they're like, damn, this guy's really confident in his product. And that's the mindset I want people to have. Because I'm not going to give anyone a refund, first of all, because if you actually attend all the coaching calls, watch all the video modules, and do everything I say, it's impossible to not make an extra 20K. So this guarantee is almost like a way for them to realize my confidence. And it's almost impossible for someone to actually get a full refund, because if they did listen to my advice, if they did attend all the coaching calls, if they did do all the video modules, 20K is so easy. It's ridiculously easy, right? So the more absurd and the more crazy it is, the better. I'm not telling you to go as far as me, but having a guarantee in place like this, or maybe even just working with you for free until you hit the desired result, that guarantee could work as well, all right? So what I want you to do is go to this doc and click on this specific link. It'll bring you to an offer sheet template. You just want to make a copy, change it to your name, and then put your color code. And yeah, this is where you build out your offer sheet. Hopefully this whole video makes sense. Pretty short video, very, very straight to the point. If you have any questions about building out your offer sheet, feel free to reach out to me. And I want you to really spend time actually building out this offer sheet, because it's going to be very, very valuable. And it's going to be one of the best assets you have to actually sell your program on these sales calls. All right. I'm actually going to review every single one of your guys' offer sheets at the end of this offer mastery video module. So make sure you actually do a great job of writing out the deliverables, writing out the coaching structure, writing out the process, everything. Make sure it's all good. If you have any questions, as usual, shoot me a DM on Discord. I'll get back to you. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.